Unexpected, unexpected, I got you hot. Unexpected, I got you hot. Unexpected, I got you hot. I got you hot, got you hot. You say too late to stop, got you hot. You say too late to stop, got you hot. You say too late to stop, got you hot. I don't believe any of it. You say too late to stop, got you hot. You say too late to stop, got you hot. You say too late to stop, got you hot. I don't believe any of it. Been walking, you've been hiding, and you look out dead after time. Wanna drain you like machines do. You still got it, just keep it alive. You've been walking, you've been hiding, and you look out dead after time. Wanna drain you like machines do. You still got it, just keep it alive. You say too late to stop, got you hot in head up. I don't believe any of it. You say too late to stop, we do hot in head up. You know you better than that. You say too late to stop, got you hot in head up. I don't believe any of it. You say too late to stop, we do hot in head up. You know you better than that. 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 Better than that.
She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was down and out like last week. Tell me, where have you been? You came out of hiding, girl. Don't act like I'm your man. You just a fan. You don't hold ring. No, 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 no. Don't hold no ring. Dirty ass, better ass nigga with a sick ass mouth and a slick ass flow. Got your bitch around me, nigga, and I'm playing when I'm coming for the kitty. Got my full goddamn. Do it for my niggas in the coast right there. Do it for my niggas in the ghost right now. Niggas got killed for the boy, living dreams in the hills, and they watching for the boy right now. Goddamn, what a time, what a year. We are what them young boys feel. I kill, never be killed, that's real, no lie. You can tell it from my peers right now. Don't you wanna fuck me now? Don't you wanna love me down? Girl, you can't tie me down like Ray J said, but no, I'm down. Freaking nigga, show me something. Shake it like you owe me something. Pushing on the pussy like a button. Came for a time, fifth time you go. Still getting rowdy in the function. Bitches on my dick like it's nothing. Everywhere I go now, always got shit bumping, jumping.
Hey, nice to meet. I'm young, hey, who you be? Down east and southeast. Got her clapping to this beat. She invite me to her crib. I walk in, she say my heat. She said, but I live in the hills. Bitch, that's just the way I sleep. Stop that madness, I'm a savage. In traffic with Mac 11s. Bad bitch, and she Spanish. I fired a call of blessings. We get nasty, I'm her daddy. She know a nigga ain't average. Ain't nothing wrong with fake asses. Bitch, turn around, let's make magic. I'm geeking, I'm on it. Don't look at me like you want it. Tell them that we ain't stunting it. Fourth down, we ain't punting it. King of District Columbia, can't come here without a permit. This shit really a jungle, gorillas and anacondas.
There's some money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was down and out like last week. Tell me, where have you been? You came out of hiding, girl. Don't act like I'm your man. You just a fan. You don't hold ring. No, 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 no. Don't hold no ring.
What is up, everybody? What is up? Welcome back to Late Night Skull Sessions with AJ. Yes, it is light outside. I get it. I know. Hey, better late than never, right? We was actually supposed to do this last night, but it's having a little bit of internet issues. You know how that goes, especially when you're relying on um, the current airwaves we have. I don't know, all these tariffs and stuff, and Canada saying like, "Hey, we do control a lot of your light grid," and Mexico's like, "Hey, we control some of that too." So I don't know. All I know is I wanted to be on last night and I couldn't. So, but welcome back to the show. I do have, of course, my beautiful sister, Donna, here tonight, but a really good friend of our family, too, Shane. I'm going to bring them up in a second, but I just want to say thank you guys for always tuning in. This is a show that I don't do all the time. So when I do get people interacting, when I do get fans, just saying, hey, how much they love the show, I like to bring attention to that. So last show that we had that my sister and I was on, that was actually one of my highest rated shows for this particular podcast that I do. So I want to say a special shout out and thank you to my sister for coming on and for helping me. Oh Lord, she in the light. She found the light. She found the light. You are muted, babe.
My bad. Not in the shadows today. Not in the shadows today.
Well, I for one appreciate that, and I'm sure we might hear from some of our other viewers that one's wondering if you were in witness protection last time. So
Right. It just wasn't a good space then, y'all. But it's a good space now.
that's it. That's it. And bringing up a wonderful friend of our family, Shane. What's going on, Shane? Uh oh. Uh oh. Wait a minute.
You gonna leave me backstage? What up,
No, I'm not gonna
y'all?
leave that stage, baby. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to join you all. It's been so long. It's been like
Yes, it
over a
really is.
decade, almost two
I know.
decades.
I think the last time
Don't
I
be
saw
aging
you,
us now, saying you aging us,
Right.
darling.
oh, I'm not afraid to say, listen, I'm up there.
Right. We're years young, not old.
That's
That's
it,
it.
baby.
True. That's true.
That's it.
That's true. That's
It's a
true. That's
perspective. Perspective.
true.
Well, I want to thank both of y'all for being on, for for making time for me. I know this was kind of like a little spur of the moment type deal, and I was just like, hey, we couldn't do it last night. Can we do it today? And I thank you. I want to take the time out to promote both of you because you both have your own businesses. First off, before we start on our other hot topics, I wanted you to be able to tell our audience what it is that you do, what it is that you provide for the community, and how they can reach you in order to be able to um, do business with you. All right, so I'm gonna start with you first, Donna.
Okay, so I have a beauty business. It is online. Hello, Christian.
Hey, Christian.
It is it is online. It's an online beauty boutique, and I mainly you mainly can find me on TikTok, but I am on other platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, so make sure y'all come visit me and follow. It's under LaDonna's Boutique Shop. So if you all have any, ladies out there that love to keep their nails done, I can help save some money in your pockets. I specialize in press on nails and other beauty products.
Okay. Now, do you create the beautiful nail designs yourself?
So yeah, so some of them I do, and then sometimes I use a vendor because of like inventory. So like by me still working as a teacher, sometimes I can't produce enough nails like in a timely manner. So I'll just kind of save me for like custom designs, and then I'll use my vendor designs for like my ready to ship orders.
Okay, so if a person orders something from you, how long does it typically take them to receive it?
So if it's ready to ship, it'll go out the next business day. So it normally takes about 3 to 5 business days, just depending on where you are in the nation. And then if I have to make it for you, then that can take it. I normally like to give my customers about 3 days before I can ship it out. So if you're looking for something quick, you can get ready to ship. And then if you're looking for something to be like custom made for you, then if you can wait 3 days, then I got you there too.
All right, cool. So
Mhm.
let's move down to Shane. Tell us about your business, dear.
Well, I'm the owner of Mystic Relief and Construction. We are a residential and commercial construction company that primarily focuses on insurance losses. So if you've had fire damage, water damage, I know you all have had some hail damage at your mother's house, it and I know like you had a like roofer come and they knock on the door and they're like, "Hey, can we inspect your roof?" So pretty much that's the same model that we operate in. So I like to call myself a storm chaser. So chasing storms, but we are located in Atlanta, Georgia, and we are working on opening up a location in Maryland. So the DMV. We've actually had more business this year in Maryland than we have had in Atlanta. So
Okay,
yeah,
Wow.
that's good.
yeah. So I'm fortunate to that. We have slowed down in business just because of everything going on. I think everybody's just kind of like scared to spend money. So what I've decided to do is start Mystic University, where we help people, we help coach people who are interested in breaking into the industry of construction, business, and insurance. And well, we will help them work on earning a six-figure income within a year, doing exactly or doing the route that I've taken. You know, I didn't have the pleasure of going to college, so I kind of had to navigate certain things to get to where I'm at now. And so yeah, and I'm also by trade a licensed property and casualty adjuster. So and
Wow.
that's where the storm chasing comes. So I'm always on the go. You can never catch me in one place for too long. Yeah, that's kind of.
So like
So
when those natural disasters happen, he'll go like so with the wildfires, you went to Cali for that, right? Like did you like
So
how did that work?
depending on the storm, I don't have a lot of fire exposure. So
Mhm.
primary experience is in like hail, wind, water claims.
Okay.
So I generally and actually casualty. So it could be like a something like an infant death or if somebody was unalived by a pew pew. So
mm,
I'll go investigate or I'll operate in the field as like the records person, like going to pull records, doing investigation. So we're really just frontline investigators. But yeah, I primarily just focus on hail, wind, and water. The last time I deployed out was when the storm hit Georgia and Florida. So you do have to be licensed in order to be a claims adjuster.
Mhm.
Um, so I have to get licensed in almost every state that I operate in, and if not, it could be a reciprocal. So I try to stay within the southeast or within the coast because that's where the storms happen. So
mm.
yeah. Yep, so
So what has been some of your biggest challenges in owning your own business that you both have encountered?
you go first, Stella.
I'm sorry. Sophia walking back and forth just straight
I
distracted
just
me just
It's
for like them
okay.
2 seconds. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
What are some trials and tribulations that you guys had to face in owning your own business, especially on something so now we know as temperamental as TikTok?
Right. I would say for me, finding like reliable vendors because the fact that I have to kind of like outsource some of my designs, that means you have to depend on another company to get you the inventory and get it on time. So I think one challenge is just having to depend on another business to be able to get you your product. And then when we have like these issues with like the border and stuff coming into the country, even with the tariffs, like I have seen in this short period of time, like a difference in like pricing, difference in actual shipping times and all of that kind of stuff. So I feel like things like that can definitely be a challenge, especially if you have like material or supplies coming over internationally.
Mm.
And then also just like marketing your business. I feel like especially since I don't want to say I solely depend on TikTok because I do sell on other platforms. It's just I have my most engagement with TikTok, and just seeing how that just was taken away. And I know like we always somehow end up talking about that, but like just having that like go away even for those few hours that it did, I mean, that was that could have been detrimental to a lot of businesses. So I think just trying to utilize these platforms, they can be beneficial, but then they also can be a challenge if, it's taken away from you, or if your lives or videos are suppressed, because sometimes depending on what conversations you're having in your lives, I've noticed that they can suppress your traffic. And they'll tell you that. They'll say because of this violation, because you was doing X, Y, and Z, we suppressing your traffic. Like
Yeah.
so they'll tell you.
You done mentioned,
Yep.
you done said too much real stuff right then, so we can't have that.
Right.
Right. Right.
Right.
So
The
Shane,
control.
what are some trials and tribulations that you face with your job? And then first, but how can people get in contact with you if they did want to use your services?
Okay, so we are so we're on all social media platforms. So Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, um Instagram, TikTok. And I try to stay heavily, interactive, but you can also reach us at info@mysticreliefsolutions.com. And our website is www.mysticreliefsolutions.com. So we do have like two names. I have Mystic Relief Solutions, and then I have Mystic Relief and Construction LLC. That that's the actual name. And I would say I would say some of the so going from being in corporate America and having a corporate company, spoil me. One of my biggest challenges was walking out and stepping out and being an entrepreneur was understand I did not I operated in faith, which is, great. Faith is I like to tell people faith is knowing and not believing. It is knowing that it's going to work out. So that has been um that was probably it was poor planning involved, meaning I'm self-funded. So I've fully, you know, taking on all expenses from the website to HR to subcontractor. And I'm the only investor. And I've caught myself in year 3 now breaking even. So yeah, so it's but the thing is what I've noticed is that most challenges is people, is finding people, is and when I'm saying finding people, I'm talking about finding people to work for me and represent me without stealing from me. I've had,
Mm.
yeah, this year, I've had, we deal with a character issue. So, in contracting, you have a lot of people who are scared that you're going to walk away with their money. And I've had people do that with me. So, over my 3 years in business, I've had over $1 million stolen from me. And,
Oh,
yeah, and by a majority demographic. And so I've noticed that dealing with banks, systems, people, and everything. I'm dealing with being a minority business, a minority contractor, and it's been really challenging to the point where I thought I was going to shut the doors in December, and a friend was like, no, I don't think you should. Da, 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 da. So, um, by the grace of God, I received another contract. And as soon as I'm about to close the doors every single time, literally about to close the doors again on Atlanta. So I was going to close the doors on Atlanta and just go focus on the DMV. Well, as soon as I try to close the door, bam, 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 3 contracts pop up. So I feel that I'm doing God's work, and I just try to make sure that I do right by everything, everyone, in every moment. And that's the only way it's going to work. That's the only way it's going to work. A good business is someone who um, is learning from their mistakes and being accountable for their mistakes and being able to communicate and take accountability to the customers who may have not been happy and the customers that are. So I'm gonna summarize it. The biggest challenge has been me not having leadership experience and becoming a
Mm,
leader, because I love people and I love people pleasing.
yeah.
And you have to be a business owner. I love giving away money. So I've been my biggest expense. And then you got to take care of yourself. So if you ever walk out on corporate America and they are paying you a certain amount, you have to know that you have to pay yourself that amount.
Right.
So
And
yeah,
I think, Mhm.
but it's been it's a very expensive business, and that's why I chose to kind of bridge the get or go into more of the coaching and things of that nature. Because it's a industry, being a claims adjuster. I'm actually considered an executive adjuster now, so that means I'll get high profile claims, so celebrities, certain cases, things of that nature. I got Chili from TLC this year. That was
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, I saw those pictures on
Yes,
Facebook.
amazing person. But again, it goes back to, I understand that when I pop up to somebody's house, they're in loss, you know. So I've been
Mhm.
assigned to somebody, and a lot of the times I notice that it's more divine than what I actually experience. So I'm really fortunate to be in what I do, and I just want to help young minority men and women to inspire them to get into construction, real estate, and insurance, because it's been something that was hidden from us. And as soon as we found out about it, they changed the rates. So I'm a mass infiltrator, and I like to tell people that. So I'm just working on my part of it. So I appreciate the floor.
Hey, and I'm glad that I was able to have a platform for you to be able to share that because it is people can look at business and getting into owning your own business and being an entrepreneur as a very daunting thing because, like you said, you have to rely on yourself. You know,
Hmm.
you have to know that, okay, I'm leaving this and I'm going to depend on myself and everything is going to be fine. To have that mentality is strength in itself because by nature we question and we doubt everything, including ourselves in certain situations. Um,
Mm.
and I'm sure that when those no's came, when you were, trying to get the word out there, hey, I do this, I do this, I do this. And Donna, when you are trying to go out there and you sell your products and people just aren't buying, they're just not engaging, and you're like, you know what, am I really wasting my time? Then, like you said, 3 contracts just pop up. Or maybe 15 sales just happen to just hit the thing, and you're like, you know what? I need to start trusting in God. I need to start being a little bit more patient
Mhm.
because when I get ready to quit, that's when things start happening in my favor, you know? But it's hard
Right.
to adapt that
Right.
mentality.
Well, they say that you should have a faith of a mustard seed, right?
Mhm.
So since I've been in business for myself, my mustard seed has become the size of an orange. And I'll tell you this right now, you could take care of yourself better than any corporation will ever take care of
Mhm.
you. And
Mhm.
so I found myself more in the last 3 years being in business for myself. I've had more sober days than I've had in my entire life up until that point. So being in corporate America, I was extremely stressed. That
Mhm.
energy is there. You know, we're
Yeah.
gods and goddesses and, kings and queens, and we're not treated as such in society. And
Right.
that wears on us. And so, you know, being able to break away. I look at myself when I was like, who is that person? I was really heavy. I gained a lot of weight. I started having like these big, look like somebody like a dinosaur ripped me right here. I still got the stretch marks from the time, but I
Wow.
was
Yeah,
really I was really big, but I was becoming who those guys are.
yeah,
Big. Like think of a electrician who drinks beer. I was that person. So trying to be something that I'm not. So being in business for myself, I find that there's been some self like a growth going on, self realization. You know. So
mm-hmm.
and it's like like we can't give up. We can't. But things will be taken away from us. I've walked into the bank and they're like, every single check has been over 7 days. Every single check. I could pop up with an insurance check, USAA, and they want to hold my money. And so
Yeah,
I'm noticing even so to have, like Donna said, like to have it pulled away from you, to have
mm-hmm.
money, like I have to pay contractors. So balancing other people's money when you don't
Mm-hmm.
have money, that's kind of like, ugh. So that's where the challenges is like, do I still want to do this?
And to piggyback off that, even with like I feel like my business is more like on a smaller scale than Shane's, but it's like when it comes to that money and holding, like even with platforms, they do that. Like when I was on SD, when I'm even with TikTok, like when that outage went out, nobody knew if they were going to get their money. Even now, there are like some people that have TikTok shops and they're like one girl I know, she said, I'm just closing my store because TikTok is telling me that they're not going to pay me for I have a hold for 30 days. And they couldn't justify the 30-day hold. So like that's definitely like a challenge too when you are like providing a service or you're providing the products, but yet you still have to wait for your money.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
and you
Like
and you still working and that's what I realized is like I could be a business owner all day and I know that my job, like right now I'm looking to get back into corporate America so that I can fund my business so I could do this right this time, because if I
Mhm.
walked away with a certain amount of money I would have been like, I'm exhausted at this point. So I'm fully exhausted. It took about 3 years to be on my own, and to the point like I had rent is just expensive, so you have to really pay like all these expenses like are real, like so having a little help. Like I met an investor and he said, Shane, why would you cut off the water? So that's why I always try to keep doing the independent claims and things like that. But there seems to be now like a war on a certain demographic, and not getting work and things like that is like, let me stay in business, because at the end of the day, I can always go out and knock on somebody's door and be like, hey, do you need something done? Because I realize my talent isn't actual construction. It's people. It's knowing how to talk to people.
right.
They're comfortable with me. My
Yeah.
largest demographic in business has been YT people. That shocked me. I'm like, huh?
Hmm.
But that has been the most challenging as well, because a lot of times they're sent to test us. They're
Mm-hmm.
they're sent to test us, and they like choosing to
So
see. You know what I mean? Like to let's see how
yeah.
this works. So,
Yeah.
but but I inspire everybody just to follow their dreams, and I just didn't know how expensive it was to run a business. Like I just didn't know, but I did it, and you can do it too. We all can do it. So. Even
And you still
TikTok, like
do
even and you do it with
Right,
time. You have time or you have money, and that's like,
right,
and some people
right,
have time and money, and that's what I want. I want time and money.
it.
that's
Right.
when that's when you wealthy. You know what I mean? So
right,
yeah.
right, right.
And one last question for you. Now, do you think that this is your calling? And if not, what do you think is?
Hmm. So when I met Chili from TLC, I saw a reflection of myself, and when I met her, like the aura, there was a connection. Just like me and like Donna had a connection.
Yeah.
Similar, same type of connection. And I realized in that moment that everything that has happened up to me or has happened to me that has placed me like I've been displaced is what I would like to say. Meaning from when my parents, lived in Fayetteville, I was telling Donna earlier, from when my parents for they got a divorce they got a divorce when I was 3. But we lived in Fayetteville, so we lived by Holyfield, da da da. Da.
Yeah.
So um, and then my parents got a divorce. So I've always done what I had to do. And I feel like I'm moving into a space where I'm finally doing what I want to do. And I've always wanted to sing. I've always wanted to be an entertainer. I've always wanted to do certain things, but at home, and this is a thing, because I'm like, "Though I'm glad I ain't never had no parents that told me I couldn't do nothing. I'm glad I didn't, but I did. I had everybody in my household who was pretty much telling me that I can't do it, that I can't sing. Stop, shut up. All those negative words that are, hey, like you don't, not, won't, this, like
Mhm.
it impacted me to where I did what I had to do. So I went and got into insurance. I went and opened up a construction company, but I always knew if I did that first, that would always fund my what I really want to do so that I don't have to be like Diddy. So I do not think that construction is my calling. I think my calling is impacting people.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how. And I love singing. Like I have a passion for singing, but that's not something that I want to associate with my career. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I love entertaining. I love just being myself. I think that's
Yeah.
what everybody loves. Is just being themselves. So that's just something to navigate. A lot of people put so much emphasis on do what makes you happy. What makes say that again? Money. Yeah, I know money don't make us happy, but
Right. Right.
like the money gonna
It's
get the
gonna help
house.
some now.
Y'all lying. No, y'all
A
lying.
little bit.
Whenever I have money, I I don't be no damn down and out. But I will say this. There has been a piece with recently I like my truck broke down. There's been certain adversities going on in my personal life. And a lot of people will perceive these things as being taken from you. They're not being taken from you. God is making a different way. That's it. And so I've removed my attachment from these things.
Mhm.
When I first walked out, I was boasting. I was operating in ego. I had great intent, but I had a poor impact because I was hurting my friends' feelings by how I was showing up. Because I was kind of like shitting on people, and I don't ever want to do that. So now I'm very humble in my space. Like I was on the train yesterday, and people were like kind of looking at this guy with mental illness and like kind of like you know what I mean. And it was a brother, and when like he ran off the train, but he kept making eye contact with me. So I know that like a lot of times, a lot of people just want to be noticed and be
Acknowledge.
seen and be
Mhm.
validated. And I made sure that I did that because everybody else is going to do that. Try to avoid him,
No.
try to
Right.
avoid him and do that. And then he ran off the train, and I just remember them all talking to the. I said, y'all really need to shut up because the last person you need to worry about is him. And then I looked at the YT lady. Not to say like that it's anybody else,
Mhm.
but the last person you need to worry about is somebody who is like been beaten down by the world. Like, you know what I mean? That's the last person just because he might not have the same clothes as you and things like that. And then I remember just walking up at 5 points and kind of that lady was walking behind me and she was kind of looking at me like something's different about yeah because I'm no better than him or no worse than him and I don't even know if I got a few dollars to be right next like I'm right around the corner from something like that. Like you never know what can place you into the same predicament as that man. So
Yeah.
I just I just try to operate in that humility now. And a lot of people think that, oh, you don't operate in confidence or what happened to your confidence? No, that was ego. That was no confidence. That was ego. I used to drive in ego. So and I'm fortunate because it's been my experience as an entrepreneur has been a character builder, like
Mhm.
100% character building, because I wouldn't have learned any other way. I wouldn't have learned any other way. So, but I
Well,
appreciate y'all for letting me
oh,
you know, because you don't. It's a lot of people like, and that's another thing. My friends is support is kind of lacking support. My friends, a lot of my friends have alienated themselves from me, um, because of the sobriety. And I'm not like I don't push my sobriety, and I will have a drink. Like it's my sobriety. It ain't nobody else's. It's mine. So I do what I want with it. And I've noticed people kind of alienating themselves because I just operate in different capacities, and it's totally okay. So, oh, thank you, Doug. But yeah, I'm fortunate, and I'm still. A lot of times, people are like, it's so funny because have you ever felt like when somebody gives you a compliment, like I felt so insecure as a business. Everybody be like, oh, you got a business, like that makes me feel insecure. Ain't that wild? When somebody's giving you a
Yes.
compliment, how it can really like, what does it really make you feel like? So I'm trying to get to a place where somebody's like, oh yeah, you know you have a business. I'm like, oh yeah, pop my like I'm trying to be like that, but I'm just like, if you only knew,
Yeah.
like so. But I
yeah.
appreciate you. Feels good to
And I,
talk about it.
yeah, anytime, anytime. And that's why I have these platforms because sometimes people just don't get a chance to get it out,
Mm-hmm.
whether, they feel like they're going to be cut off or they're going to be judged. I've always wanted to provide a space for any and everybody that wanted to say something and just not be judged because I want that. I want to be able to express myself. Now, of course, the world isn't as kind as we
Mm.
put out there at times, and it is that humidity, that humility, and the um, just the mindset that you have is just like, you know what? I know what I'm doing is right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how other people see me, I'm going to say
Right.
hi to this person. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge this other human being because I feel like sometimes we forget that. We forget that
Yeah.
the only thing that separates us is oceans. That's it. We're all humans.
Mm-hmm.
We all on the same rock together. Guess what? We can't go to Mars. Elon Musk showed us that when his shit fucking crashed 9 minutes into the flight. He's talking about, hey, we
Yeah.
getting ready to go. We're gonna test this, and we getting ready to take a spaceship to Mars. Where? Because the test flight you just did a couple days ago indicated
Yeah.
that you ain't ready. We
And it
no
Yeah.
and it fragmented in another place, causing damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Collateral.
part.
That's
Yeah.
what's kind of crazy right now. That's
Mm-hmm.
fucking real crazy.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's so funny? I'll tell you this, y'all, because he's relative to the whole. Uh, yes, she is. She really is. Yes.
Thank you,
That's my
So,
Kim.
sister.
hey. So,
Yeah, right.
listen to this. Talk about don't give up on the business and everything. In 2020, all right, so 22, I got a job offer with Tesla to open up the finance department as a claims professional. I would have been one of first. I would have been one of first six claims adjusters with Tesla. So it's not even a claims department. I would have been in the finance department operating as a claims professional.
Look at that.
I mean,
But,
but they didn't give.
but,
But they did not give me what I want. And I looked up the company, everything. Like I looked up, like, oh, there's 380 billion. Da, 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 da. I had unlimited PTO. I had it was six figures, no car, nothing. But they didn't want to allow me to be remote, and I didn't sell out. I said no. I said no.
I tell you what, you would have been busy as hell because right before we got on, I was looking up, how they was talking about, oh, Canada and Mexico and other, places they own part of or they help with our electricity and siphon that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
right? So I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me think about this. So if anything that's electrical, let's say cars or something like that, and you don't have any electricity to plug your car up, how you gonna go? Then they got me to thinking, Tesla, if And I was just wondering because I heard on the radio that somebody got trapped in their Tesla. They could not get out of it. And
Yeah.
in Arizona, if you trapped in your car, you're gonna die, bro. Because there's no way for you to roll down the windows. You could try to break it. Apparently, the man tried to break the windows. He tried to do everything to get out of there. His sister had to come and help him. So that led me to think, okay, so is there not a way for you to get out of your vehicle if you spent all this money for it? So apparently, there is a manual switch that's right near the window that will supposed to release the car. But as in 2019, a man was burned alive in his Tesla because he couldn't get out of it during a fiery crash that happened. Guess what? The little handle that they said worked, it didn't. And in a few other cases leading up to that point as well. So you definitely would have been busy.
Ooh. And that
That was
that's so funny because I had the Uber the other day. I'm like, what's up with this fucking handle? Me and the other guy had a problem with it. So when I tell you,
mm,
but
yeah,
I
that's
knew,
a
and
deal breaker right there.
he was in my dream. So I've never had a dream about uh um a dream about somebody and like a famous person or anything like that. And he came into my dream and I just there was a reason why I said no. And it wasn't because of the remote, it was something deeper down that was my spirit. That was God operating like you ain't about to be a part of this, you know? And then I felt like the recruiter was an AI before AI even existed. Cause
It
I'm
probably
like,
was.
Probably was.
she sound like a stud, but it's a boy and they name Avnet. I'm like, you ain't about to do all this shit to me now. You ain't about to do it because I don't know if you're a boy or girl. You're like you
They make it out.
Avneet. What is Avneet? What is that? Where you get that from? So I'm a big believer of NPCs and stuff like that. And I definitely think
Yeah.
he doesn't have humans recruiting for him. Those are AIs before they even knew
Oh,
who they
thank.
were. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like they didn't have natural like interviewers love me. Like, girl, you didn't even act like I was cool. Like, you don't have no something different.
Per- yeah.
And I felt that in my soul before any of this AI stuff came out.
Well,
And that was an AI.
But the way his work environment sounds, it doesn't. I mean, it sounds like he basically wants you to be a slave to him. Like he wants you to not have a life. That's the only
Mhm.
thing. So it's like, I mean, yeah, the six figures it sounds, decent, but then it's also like, what all I have to trade for that? Because this is the same man who's saying that, like, for you to show you loyal to me, you got to be sleep at work. Like, you got to sleep on the property. Like, all of this kind of foolishness. Like, people still have lives and family. Like, you still value that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to make a compensation, but I'm also not trying to put you above my family, you
Right.
no.
It's
know, and
nine
my
nine to,
niece.
what is it? They said 9 to 5 get not and I know for a fact because my dad did it. 9 to 5 gets the best of you and your family get the rest of you. And it's like,
Right,
what? Like,
right,
no, it shouldn't be
like,
like that.
right. It
Especially when you
should be
have
better.
all that, especially when you have all that money and me coming from an insurance company, like I wasn't microman, like I was in my position for 3 years, and I never like I had to leave because I was like starting to get tickets and I was getting away with it. I'm like, I gotta get up out of here, like before I lose my job. Like I'm like, and as soon as but yeah, Tesla him and he look his auras changed because at first when I was interviewing I looked at him I was like okay I looked up the child's names because he names his child like codes and numbers and stuff like that um no literally like one of his
I
children are named
did.
after a fighter jet and and something's changed. I see a darkness that has come over him, so maybe that's
Mhm.
always been, maybe y'all saw that but
Yeah, maybe it was always there. You just got a chance to
wake
Kind of
up.
see him.
yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Right.
Because what I learned today is that he's not even a US citizen though. Like he's a citizen of South Africa.
That's what I've been saying. They've been saying his citizenship is in question, but I
and
really
So
haven't
and
followed up on it.
and his stepsister is all right. and his dad had a child with his stepsister.
Oh,
Errol
oh,
Musk.
Well,
Nasty.
that's
Yep.
some tea right there.
Yeah, right. So,
I didn't even know that. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
yep.
I'll tell you
I
what.
ain't hear about it. Yeah, that's
Yeah, because
the
it's
stuff
like,
like that don't surprise me though.
why isn't that coming out? Why isn't that
Exactly.
coming out?
No.
Because I had a friend send me the video of pretty much like they really got some of us sold out. Like, I'm like, you really think he for you? This man is for you? You think Errol is that guy is talking and no, he got other stuff going on. So they've been doing that for years though.
All I know is that that man is the richest person on earth. And he owns, I think it was in Forbes, and you can look this up.
He
Forbes
owns
magazine named all, I think it was 100. No, it was all 2,778 billionaires that existed in the entire world. It's only 2,000 something, almost. We can round it up to 3,000. I'm just rounding it up. And then I said, okay, so hey Siri, tell me how many millionaires actually exist in the world. Oh, it's only about 16 million. Oh, so we got 16 million, 2,700 and some odd people that has all the wealth. And it's not like I'm making this shit up. You can literally go online and look it
right.
up.
And
It's
they
right
talking
there.
about and they talking about making them trillionaires now
Yeah,
on our out of our expense.
right.
Right.
So
Right.
it reminds me of that whole Matrix thing. Remember when they tried to tell you in Matrix that you were like a battery and that as soon as
Mhm.
you die, that's that movie, looking back on
Yeah.
it now, spoke
Uh-huh.
so many volumes back then, but you didn't understand it
Right.
until you are now faced with the situation. Now people trusted them to do the right thing. They trusted them that they was going to help. They trusted them they was going to do this and do that, and like so far it feels like it's been a whole half a year and it's only been 3 months. So it's going to be interesting to see how this
Mm.
year even ends up, you know.
Right. I
And
think
that
that
honestly, the uncertainty is makes me reluctant on even trying to own a own business or trying to get into that realm because I don't know what to expect. I don't
hmm
know if they're gonna
Yeah.
shut off the government funding for grants and everything. I got my grant proposals already, and they just like, nope, damn. So that makes me
Yeah. A lot of
reluctant.
stuff is up in the air right now.
yeah, and it's
Hmm.
like so my theory is that and I'll say this because I want to encourage everybody. You see what's going on with the stocks, right?
Yes.
It's probably going to get worse, a little bit worse. This is our time to buy. Like when it's at the bottom, it's time for us to buy because
Bye.
they just lost all their money. And if we buy it, we'll build it like it's like well. So if you look into like the Bible and stuff, it's like we're in wealth transfer right now, and
Hmm.
the wealth is to be transferred to us because we are the natives of America. We're the first people here. Like, and they have kind of like sold us out to think that we came from somewhere. No, 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 y'all came from somewhere else. Y'all weren't even here 500 years ago. How about that? Like,
Hmm.
and have projected that onto us. So I say this to say that you're more than what you ever thought, and they made us feel different. You're the opposite of what you thought. Like I like to tell all black women, you are the closest thing the physical manifestation of God. You're the only species that can produce every race on this planet, every eye color. You're the only one. You and the Latino woman, but they made it otherwise. So it's time for us to go back into who we are and understanding our power because we can have whatever we want. And that's what I say, even being a natural, like chasing storms, they call it hurricane, right? They call it hurricane. a cane because it's a woman's spirit going through all the slave trades and cleaning up that energy that was done. And when I go out and I respond, there's a there's a majority, and it's the same majority. A lot of us aren't getting touched, and those storms.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah, those storms are very picky. So everything will cleanse itself, and just don't worry. Don't project no fear because that's false evidence appearing
Yeah.
real. And we're good. We're good. Other people do have stuff to worry about. So, but yeah,
Now, before we get ready to kind of close up tonight, because I wanted to kind of keep it around an hour or so.
Okay.
I sent my sister, and she sent you a video.
She did.
Did you send it to? Okay. So you know how you on these jobs, and as a woman, you be trying to call off. Hey, I got these cramps. I'm on my cycle, and I just can't. These are excruciating. So we saw a video from the Daily Show, and there was a group of guys that said, "Hey, things can't be that bad. Cramps. I didn't go work with cramps. Shoot, I get hurt all day. You got to man up. Oh, okay, cool." So she got the period cramp stimulator and got it on all of them. But it was one guy that says, this don't hurt. I can do this all day. So she texted that theory. And he's sitting at his desk, working all diligently. She come up behind him with that little thing, turned that bad boy up. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. That's how it come out of nowhere, don't it?
Right, right.
Going up the stairs. He was making some cereal. Innocent enough. Getting ready to just pull his little thing in there. That cramp came. Oh God. Cereal went everywhere. Going up the steps. Turn it on. Oh my God, what's going on? Turn it on twice. Why I get
Right.
2 times? I don't know. Ask your uterus.
Double whammy.
That's what
Double
So my
whammy.
question is, Shane, do you think that you could survive one day with period cramps? And any man that's
Hell
in the-
no, because I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Like, you talking about shit. What is that? Y'all said, hold up. Y'all do that can y'all do that shit every month?
Every month, baby
I
doll.
don't
Every
got- that's why I
month.
said y'all like God. Like y'all ain't got I ain't got time to be like what? You talking about shedding what? Shed what? I ain't shedding shit. Like I don't even like diarrhea. I don't like that. I stopped eating meat because that shit is like so. No, I couldn't.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not a pain. Like I'm not a like I've been in a shoot. I've been in fights and I've been hurt and I've fallen down and all of that. But I know that's something different.
It
It
is.
is.
And that's something.
Internal. It's not like
It's-
you can just reach in there and just say, "Hey, let me go ahead and turn this off." No, if you get shot, if you get cut, you can just sew that bad boy up. You know what I'm saying? Take some. That's internal, so we don't even know when it's coming. At least if you got cut, you saw it. You saw that you got cut. Now
So your
it's just like
receptors
that lady
are.
sneaking up. Just turning it on. And just like I'm so mad at Adam and Eve right now. I wish they would have never took a bite of that damn
I
apple.
know.
Leave stuff
Yeah.
alone.
Lord.
Yo.
They need to have like special PTO for that, like just designated just for that, cause like it's real out here in these streets. Be hurting
Right.
everything. Like
No. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember this one. Like, be so goddamn mean. Like, and then we would have Ashley down the street, the girl down the street. We knew she was like liking the girls and stuff, but she would hide her little pains and stuff. But this one right here, like so. But back then, I'm like, I had no sympathy because I didn't know nothing. But now I'm like, and then I I have a cousin that has a she says she resurrects every month. Like she says she dies. She feels like she dies. And I'm like, damn, so some people it can vary depending on the person.
It
Some people
can.
cramp more, some
Yeah.
people are heavier. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
And I feel like if anybody questions that, I mean, they should add that as a paid time off. And I feel like if anybody question that, go ahead and put one on you. Put one on you and see if you can work the whole day and concentrate on what you're doing.
Right.
Concentrate on these calls.
Right.
And this
Right.
person is talking to you, and they like, okay, I need you to hurry up and get to the point because right now my stomach hurts and I can't take this. Talking is making it worse. You know, like you don't want to have an attitude. You know,
Right. But it's like,
Oh Lord. Oh my. That I know what you're talking about because I know when I'm just like, oh, I don't want to like, and I'm not made for this. Like, I might accidentally kill somebody on my period. Like, damn, ooh,
that's the
shit,
defense.
God
Nah,
damn
that's
it,
the
that's way
defense.
too much blood now. That's why God said no, Shane, not you.
That's the defense. I'm on my
instead of
period.
Not today. Not today. But yeah. I make sure that's why I go back to saying what I'm saying, like you all are goddesses because you know what I mean? That's what like when the world starts treating you all like God is when all this will change. Literally. When they start treating the black woman like the gold she is and the diamonds she is when all this shit will stop. And they don't want to stop. So
Mhm.
that little thin hair little girl is about to get drug out to court and they about to go and then us brothers are gonna make sure y'all are safe. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's imperative to have, my grandmother, my mother up north by themselves. I feel like it's very imperative to have a man in the home right now, like for a lot of different things and just like kind of, cause things are like a little weird. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
you all have always been the protector, believe it or not. You know what I mean? You all have been historically protecting black men and black women for since slave, like you know what I mean? Since everything's been going on. And I understand why the emotions, there's a lot of women who be out here having attitudes. I don't be understanding why, like, you know what I mean? But I can understand. I definitely understand. Like, you get tired, and I'm tired of seeing certain things. I'm exhausted from seeing how we're being treated. And they sent me to the white schools y'all said that was a better education, but I pretty sure got beat up the worst when I was going up to them schools by our people. Like, so the war on us is depths to it. And that's why I've seen us come together more than ever since COVID. And I love it. Like I love us. I love like I didn't used to say that back in the day. They used to be like, you love them white people. No, I don't. I love us more than ever now. So
And I think it is because you were taught systematically to hate yourself from the time from your hair texture. You try to change it to be something, you know. It's different if you are trying just different styles, right? Hey, I just want to do something different, you know. But it's different when you feel forced. And there have been places where I felt forced to have to look like someone else instead of being my whole self. Now, granted, eventually my time ended with those companies, but it's you don't realize it a lot of times, you know, in hindsight it's 2020 when all you want to do is just be yourself and be the best you that you can be and bring what you can and the gifts that you have to the table. And then there are other entities or other people that view you as a threat, view you as, oh, because your hair grows up instead of down, then now you somehow pose a threat to them, and it's an automatic thing. It's a systematic, learned thing.
It's ingrained.
It's ingrained. And when the thing that taught me that was when when the TikTok thing went down, and then everybody went over to Red Note, and
Red
then the
Note.
Chinese people were coming over to TikTok once it was lifted and everything, and they were saying like, "Hey, it was so good to see a lot of different people, and there's a lot of different people because we didn't know how you guys were living. We didn't understand that you guys were actually in poverty. We didn't understand that you guys. We were just thinking that you guys had everything over here, and when we see the rap videos, we see the girls shaking their ass. Obviously." Y'all over there shaking your asses and dancing and celebrating in gold, y'all good, right? Nah. As a matter of fact, still got bills to pay.
Right.
As a matter of fact, you guys are doing everything over there because you only spend about $8,800. I'm never gonna forget that number. $8,800 annually on everything that you need. That includes rent, that includes utilities, that includes food, that includes doctor and everything. Oh yeah, your healthcare is free, so you ain't got to spend money on that.
Right.
But you didn't know that until you went over there. They pissed you off enough to go over there and be like, "Oh, let me talk to these same people that you was like, nah, y'all don't need to talk to them. They're communists. They do everything differently over there." Well, maybe different is good because I tell you what. I would like to take my $8,000 and be able to be straight for a whole year. So that means every time I work, I'm actually saving that money. That means I can afford to go on these trips. I can afford to go and spend money and go on these lavish vacations that you're trying to sell me with all these damn ads. I can afford all the stuff you're trying to sell me on YouTube and all this other stuff, that you're trying to peddle to me because I have money.
Mm-hmm.
So I get frustrated with that because it's like I can see that it should be different, but you feel almost helpless in yours because it's only one. You feel like you're the only one that sees this.
Right.
And you feel kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'm the only one. And it needs to be more than one person. Like Kendra said, it's not enough.
Right.
You solid niggas, it's not enough.
Right.
Few solid women that's left that's really going to step and really going to speak out and say, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
So how can we how can we do that when you feel powerless?
Yep.
And I just wanted to say too, like even like dealing with the youth and seeing it still being played out is also frustrating.
Yeah.
Like with us, like having, February is typically Black History Month, so we were having those conversations, and I like to bring up colorism. I don't know why they don't necessarily talk about that in the curriculum, but I personally bring it up. And to just hear kids say, like one boy, he's light skinned, and we were on the conversation of colorism, and I was like, so if he was saying these smart remarks and stuff, and I was like, so do you think that you're better than this other student because you're lighter? Because she was a very beautiful chocolate. She had like a very chocolate, deep complexion, but very beautiful. And he said, yeah. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't try to play around it. He was like, yeah, I'm better than her. And I said, no, you're not. For one, you're not. Second of all, don't forget you African. Well, I know some Black people don't like to be called African American. I understand that context, but in the term that we were talking about, because he's a fifth grader, that's just what I went ahead and said.
Exactly,
right.
Exactly.
But I was like, you're still an African American. You're just a different shade, because we come in these nice different shades. But believe me, when you get older and you get on that job with that fair skinned person, they gonna make sure you remember you Black. Okay. And he just sitting there looking like, yeah, like, and that's the type of stuff, the mindset that a lot of kids still have. It was another student, he infuriated me because this was like 2 years ago. He was like, yeah, Miss Austell, I was having a conversation with my daddy, and he told me that I really don't have to work. I'm not kidding, y'all. I'm telling you exactly what the kid said. He said, Miss Austell, my daddy said, I really don't have to work hard in school because I look good. So I'm going to have a woman taking care of me. And he told me particularly get me a white woman because she gon' like worship me. When I tell y'all I was heated, like some of the stuff you hear, you be wanting to be here, but you
Oh
can't because
my
you gotta be
God.
professional. But you be mad because these kids be like,
Yes.
be great. And in their mind, they don't know, like he doesn't know he's degrading me, right? He doesn't know that he's degrading other women by saying this. He's just saying this what my daddy said. And so I guess my reaction probably was like,
Uh-oh, what happened? Okay.
Done?
You see how
Uh-oh.
they trying? You see how they pausing her up? God damn. She was getting into the juice and the details. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, shoot. It's probably that Comcast internet.
Ah, hold on, Comcast. That's still a thing?
Apparently.
Or I thought it was Xfinity. Okay.
Oh, well, that all the same. All the same. Still, the shit still don't work.
Right. Okay. Is she?
Oh, well,
Is it
hopefully she'll get back into it.
right? Right. No, it's like, but I see what she's saying, and I had like, ugh,
Oh,
she dropped. I wonder if
yeah.
does she log back in? Does she come back on?
Yeah, she can if she used the same link that she used to get in here.
Oh,
All she gotta do is
okay, so she'll be
let
good.
it. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is it raining? I'm like, no, it ain't raining. Like,
No,
but yeah, I
no.
love this. I love this space. I love yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to, follow and tune in. And yeah, this is dope. I really like
And you
this.
can
Let's
come
do this.
and you can definitely be a guest. So I'm not one
Yeah.
of those people that like, okay, you've been a guest, you can't be on anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever find yourself with some time and I'm actually doing it, I try to do it. I try to do it every like Saturday, but things happen. So I try to, I've been doing it maybe like once or twice a month. This is the only month that I've actually been doing it like twice. Because of the other shows and everything else I got going on.
Right. Okay.
But if I know that I got people that are really interested in being on and really want to talk about current events, just different things, and I even tell people, that I give this to, like, hey, this is a show that deals with all sorts of topics, so
Right.
I warn people before we even get into the deep stuff. And some people don't like cussing, the world
Mm-hmm.
is a lot more sensitive when it comes to joking around, when it comes to making certain um things. So I let them know, hey, this is a safe space here. You can
Right.
watch it, but I want to be able to provide that for people because you don't really have it,
Right.
So
Literally, like I can't tell you when the last time I really where people really just wanted to listen to and hear about, how I navigated the journey. And it gets more deep, like, oh, she said the live just started buffering. Click the link, come back in so we can say bye.
yeah.
um but a lot, it's good to have that space because you go through so much. And I suffered through depression right before I left corporate America, but the depression don't stop. You know what I mean? Everything keeps going, and you always have to push yourself to keep going, as the wheels keep turning. Did you freeze now? Okay. On the link, where's she at? um so, and I'm trying to move into a space of this so that I can be more. So this helps, like, open up those. Oh, she's saying it's not. Oh, it's just buffering. Oh, and yours is buffering too.
My friend said I'm having some issues. Hold on one second, babe.
There she go.
Can you hear me?
I want to talk about making spaghetti. Okay. Let me find out. You need to have some
hello, can y'all
spaghetti.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Y'all,
Look,
the
Yes.
universe ain't trying to help me talk, man.
talk
The
about that.
universe ain't trying
Look,
to
you ain't talking about her today. Not that white tee with the thin hair.
be talking, y'all. The universe don't want me
I'm
talking.
trying to tell you, that's when you speak your truth. Is when they.
Baby, when they start trying to do that, mm-mm. But
Oh,
but
I
no,
was telling
just
Shane that
real
was your Comcast.
right. Like Xfinity is not where it's at. Xfinity is not where it's at, y'all. But
That is
But
hilarious.
no, but just to sum that up, yeah, it was just frustrating to kind of hear him say that and to hear that it came from his dad. So it was just basically saying, like, unfortunately, these types of tales are still being passed down from generation to generation, and hopefully, it'll be some kind of change, y'all.
But you know what? That's what my dad did. So like I told you, my dad ended out with
Yeah.
a funky flat pancake booty Karen, and
Not a
sh-
Karen.
she loves his dirty draws. Like I'm telling you, it's weird. Like girl, but at the end of the day, she's infiltrating, and she's gonna benefit out of everybody. None of his baby mamas is gonna benefit from his hard work. It's gonna be
It's
the
gonna be
white.
her.
It's gonna be the white woman. Yeah, she got it. She got it made. But her kids are taken care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you
So
know? So during Black History Month, during February, I was looking into some different things, and of course, depending on what you look at, they'd send you different information. So
Mhm.
I found out, well, maybe was reminded of where colorism came from, and it was from the indention. It was from the separation of the indentured servants from
Mhm.
slaves, because the indentured servants came over and they were white. Most of them were definitely white, and then the slaves were black. So the indentured servants were given guns and were given horses and given badges and told them that you are better than them, even though, well, it was under different circumstances. One was forced and one decided they want to come over and help,
right.
but you're still doing the same work, but you are different because you came over different, right? So we're going to make you feel that even though we're all in the same thing, right? We're going to make you feel that you're better. So that whole thought process of, because my skin is light or white, I am better in some form or fashion, when we are all in the same thing. And it was 160 acres after slavery ended that was supposed to be given to Black people in order to help them come up and
Mm.
establish themselves as they did with the indentured servants, but that didn't happen. As a matter of fact, that 160 acres was released, and all of the indentured servants just happened to scoop all that up. So that means you didn't have anything, which is why Kendrick was talking about 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. The thing is, you had people come over and you work for them. I don't know if anybody, as you being entrepreneurs, you would not want to do work for free. You would not want to put forth the efforts of building an entire country, which is how he had the entire flag, with Black people all waving through it and everything. It was beautiful symmetry if you were paying attention to it. Um, I mean, symbolism if you're paying attention to it. But it is the fact that it's a guilt. It's a specific guilt that I think that the guilt would go away is if you did the right thing. You give people what's owed. You do the right thing, and you don't make things difficult for the people that you stole from their country, from where they were, just chilling, and give them what you said you was going to give them in the first place. That's that's what people are afraid of. That's why they're afraid, like, oh no,
And
because
just to,
we're angry now.
and just to piggyback off of that, so since I've been independent adjusting, I had my first claim where a guy, unalived himself. And when I went into that house, I was on a prowl. I needed to know why. What was it? What happened? And that guilt follows them, right? And so I researched, and that's the highest demographic of unalives is YT men between the ages of 30 and 40. And it's a blow to the head. And they can't deal with what's going on. And they drink liquor. They drink they have a different association to alcohol than we do. It's not really us. We have it to relax, stuff like that. No, they have it because of the guilt. It's the spirit, and it's like it's deeper for them, and they can't live with themselves anymore. So don't be surprised if you see it spike up.
Oh
But that
yeah, definitely.
it's about to spike up because they can't handle nothing. I'm talking about at work. They be like, all right, can you
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't stop acting like a little girl, like, so they can't. So the pressure, what does pressure do? It turns you into a diamond, and that's what we've become.
Right.
They gonna be
Yeah.
sitting there as coal, and that shit ain't never turned into no
Yeah.
damn diamond. So.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
really don't have nothing to worry about. And I just want us to really know that, believe that, and don't
right.
even instill each other with fear anymore because the sun makes our skin darker. The sun burns them. Period.
Mhm.
Leave it at that. We
Shane,
do
do
not
you remember?
go
Oh,
ahead.
my bad. Go ahead. I thought you were done. My bad. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm done. I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, do you remember that time when we were younger and we went to Lenox Mall and we were looking for jobs? And
Um,
we went into a store and I went in first. It was like I forgot what retail store it was, but I went into it first and I was asking like, "Hey, are you all hiring?" And it was a lady there and she was like, no, I'm sorry, we're not right now." And I was like, And so I just walked out, but something just had me feeling weird. So I told Shane to go in there and ask. And yeah, he's lighter than me. You can't really tell with this light, but he's
yeah.
lighter than me.
Mhm.
And so he goes in and he asks and he comes back out with an application. Come back out with an application when you just told me, oh no, we're not. We're not hiring. We're not hiring little black
Because they want
girls.
y'all.
Sorry, we're not hiring. We're not hiring little black girls in this mall.
They,
No.
they want your ass at Miss Winters, baby.
No, they want you to buy it though. They want you to come in and buy though. They want you to come in there and buy
Right.
whatever
They
it
want
is
you
you
to spend
sell.
all your money. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
Chicken. But they wanted what they perceived, in my opinion, as someone that would probably be viewed by their clientele more. I've even seen that as an adult working in the last law firm I worked at. It was either conform or leave. That's it. It's just
Wow.
they say it in a nice way. They say it in a nice way. But you either gonna conform to what I need you to be for these people, these high profile clients, or you're out the door and I'm just gonna get somebody else. Period. So that
Right.
just it just shows you like how I dealt with that as a young teenager. And then, even up until just about 6 years ago, still the same
You
thing.
have to really work. It's like what Jasmine Crockett said. Like you have to put in 10 times the work to get to the same
Mhm.
destination where they're at, and they don't even know what they're doing. Like
They don't.
we know who runs State Farm. We know who run
Right.
all these corporations. It's y'all, and that's what they're scared of is losing their role to you all, not to us,
Right.
to you all.
Hmm.
Your role is up. Your time is up. Get out the seat, motherfucker. Like, come on. Like the world
Right.
you about to fuck up the whole world trying to sit in the seat. Let her run that shit.
Right. Right.
She know how
Right.
to take care of kids, but does your wife know how to take care of kids and know how to cook real good? No. She throwing some goddamn macaroni in there, throwing the cheese on top, and putting some butter, talking about butter noodle. Butter noodle my ass up out that goddamn White House. I was friends with them in high school, and I ain't never ate no dinner at their house, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, I remember eating at y'all house. I remember eating at the Williams. Like, no, they don't got it, y'all. The houses are empty. The houses are empty, y'all, and they don't get me started on the houses because at
I
state
love you.
at Progressive, that's what they do. They compare. They call them the Freedoms and then they call a group of people the Joneses and the Freedoms. and the Freedoms are 4-bedroom house with a 2-car garage, and then the Joneses is a 4-car garage. I'm like, y'all is wild, progressive. Talking about the
Mhm.
Joneses and the Freedoms. Who is the Joneses? The
You know
ones
who
with,
they are.
yes.
Oh,
But
wow.
that even stemmed into the law firms, because I remember when I worked at a personal injury law firm, if they felt like you weren't like of value, then they settled your claim quick, like your suit quick. They wanted to settle you. But like if they felt like you had more assets or you were like more valuable, then they're willing to go to trial for you. But if you ain't really have much, they like, oh no, we finna just go on ahead and settle this little personal injury claim with the insurance and get this. I heard them. They'll be like, some of the attorneys be like, let me just get this little $3,500 and go to Miami real quick. You know that this ain't even worth my time. Let me just get this $3,500. I'll just get them that.
And we
Like it's
rate that's
crazy.
wild. And we rate it higher. So,
Mhm.
we rate it
Yes,
higher.
we
Like
are.
we rated almost double the amount of money that they like we're charged almost double the amount of money to live that than they pay because of the color of our skin. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And unfortunately, it can be proven.
They
Yeah.
This
can.
was a situation to where we were just talking shit, you know,
Right. But
just but it's still prevalent and it's unfortunate because I thought we would be, back in school, like, when you were growing up, how they was talking about you gonna have the flying cars and you gonna be, we ain't gonna have no roads no more. We just gonna everything is just gonna be so technologically advanced and
Like the Jetsons.
right. And you still trying to deal with racism. You still trying to deal with sexism.
right.
You still trying to deal with people not accepting you for who you are. And that's just even being human, not people denying you your basic human right. Basic
Right.
human rights. And it's crazy. And to think that for some reason this is the best
Country.
country or
Right.
how could you possibly say that when I have so many veteran friends that are in need that
I
went
have a
over
Yeah.
there and fought for a country,
I
fought
have
for
a
the
friend missing in the like I had a friend that is missing in the Air Force. Like he went missing. And I know him because I know who he is. He's like me, like, you know, will talk and tell people a lot, like stuff. And I'm like, did he say something? And they, you know what I mean?
maybe because you mean what they were telling me is that you are their property. Once you swear in twice, I didn't even know you swear in twice, but once you swear in that second time, you're their property. You
Mm.
mess around and say something while you on the clock that you're not supposed to.
You done.
Mhm.
You mess around and do something you're not supposed to. You their
Yeah.
property, so they can do whatever. You could be locked up for life. And I was like, so, and I asked my friend, I was like, so let's just say you don't want to be in the war no more. And you go out there and you shoot yourself in the foot because you hurt. So you can't be out there. You will be arrested. Damn. You get arrested for
Mm.
shooting yourself. Yeah, because you're their property and you damaged government goods. Damn.
Good.
So you're not even
Mhm.
human no more. You just government goods until
Yeah.
you get out.
They don't need you no more.
But that's kind of like how they deal with us too.
Mm.
That's how they kind of deal with us too. Like, even from, like, if you only knew that, like, I learned how to purchase an inmate. There's a whole website called the Poors and Standard where they trade us. They trade inmates on the Poor and Standard. Yes, this is all, and that's what I was telling my mom. I said, a lot of us don't really know it, but we're pawns. And when you go to the pawn, what do? Profit. So a lot of people walk around think they're prophets, but no, you're a prophet. You're a prophet to somebody's bank account. You're a prophet. They've been using our social security numbers and things like that as corporate to get money off of us because everything is deeper than what you
I
think.
have heard that. Yeah. I had a
And
coworker tell me about that.
yeah. So like a
Yeah.
lot of us were born in the hospital and things like that. They when you have that birth certificate, you're signing over your child to the corporation.
Check that
Mhm.
out. I saw some TikTok videos on that too, and it explains
Yeah.
it more in depth. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something to that.
It's
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
some
a
it's
friend of
something
mine tried to tell me that a long time ago, actually, but I was like, she didn't give me enough details to go on, and I
and
guess
it's
yeah,
it's
and
hard
I
to
was like,
navigate.
yeah,
Yeah. But as things go on, I'm hearing it's more about the language we speak and the agreements. Like if we keep operating in their language, which is the English language, like we identify as black. No, you're a melanin. You're a native. You're American. You're a true American. You're native to this land. So like when people ask me now, that's what I tell them. I don't say black because the word black is etymology of death. Oh, so you've been agreeing to this for a long time. Oh, okay. So the etymology is death. You have pray. You know, when people are, oh, I'll pray for you. Pray. Think about praying on somebody.
mm,
That's yeah, like it's way different. So there's a Black Laws dictionary. You know, a law like we were learning this earlier. Look, I'm repeating some shit. We were learning this early, but laws are like laws of whites. That is only applicable to us to keep us indoctrinated into the system.
mm,
So, and a lot of us like, so I was telling my mother, I was like, see, y'all didn't realize a long time ago there was a war on our family, and you all have been indoctrinated into the system to neglect your kids, to choose drugs over like this was before you even came. We met all the statistics. I met the statistic as far as incarceration. My sister met sisters met the statistic, or one of them met the statistic, which as far as having a baby early, like all this, like dad, mom out the house, like all this stuff. I was like, y'all didn't realize that there was an attack on our family. So like when I see families like your mom and your dad, or families who've kept together, and like I love a black family because my family couldn't
Right.
do it. I love a black family because and then what did they just do? Took the Cosbys away from us. Taking I don't fuck with Diddy anyway, but you know what I
mm,
mean? Like they're taking every little image of a
A
black
family
matriarch,
unit.
patriarch, yeah. And the only
Mhm.
person who can be anything powerful is Beyonce, but she got blonde hair and look like a
Mm.
white and looking like a white woman more and more every day. She looked like the real Barbie doll, if you ask me, the white one.
mm.
So I like this. I like this little podcast. Look at us. Look at me and Donna might end up married at 50, y'all. Y'all better stop playing. But
I love it. I love it,
So like
but
but
that's
no.
bad.
hmm?
No, y'all go ahead.
No, this is really good. It's really therapeutic, and I really appreciate just the different takes and be able to have different um thoughts on it because I talk to all people,
Right, right,
and
right.
it is different to be able to because sometimes you can educate someone that may not know the story, that may not know the plight. Like why are y'all why is everybody so angry? Why are black people so angry? Why? And there's some people that just legit don't know. And I think that when you are able to express yourself in these manners, and be able to feel comfortable in doing so, I think that you get a chance to have everything out there. And
Mm-hmm.
I, for one, I appreciate it. I appreciate, the thoughts that you guys gave. Hopefully it
Mm-hmm.
will help somebody in the future, especially when we were just talk about the different nuances, even in business,
Mm-hmm.
all of it. And I'm really hoping that people take, this podcast and they take it for what it is and just learn from it because we all have something to teach.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned a lot from you tonight, Shane, just from
Mhm.
the some of the things that you were talking about that I had no idea. And now I'm getting ready to go and research it, just
Mm-hmm.
because now I know to go research it. So I
Yes.
for that.
And one of the last things that I'll say is take away all your beliefs because you have knowing. You know the truth. You know deep down inside. Like remember when you knew that lady had, like she was prejudging you with the application, Like you all have the strongest intuition. So don't operate in belief anymore. Operate in your knowing. You know the truth. They've been lying to us forever. So it's like you can believe something, and then there's a you're leaving that little bit of possibility for your belief to be altered or whatever. Or you know something. You know your mom love you. You know your sister love you. You know your dad loves you. You know who your children are. You know that you are their mother. So we have to learn and find out who we are to know who we are or operate in that knowing. But there is a difference because they believe everything. Because they lied and they stole and cheated and did all that shit. So they believe they got like it's a all big facade. When you know who you really are. You know how powerful you are. So
Well, I appreciate it because sometimes it's easy to forget when you're caught up in worldly things and when you're caught up in
Mhm.
me too.
you know,
Me
your
too.
own, your own problems. It's easy to forget. So I'm grateful
Mhm.
for this time, y'all. I
Yes.
really do. And
Yes.
yes, y'all come back whenever you want to. I might be doing this week.
Yes.
If not next week, it'll be the week after.
Well, just let me know. I'll be there. Like I want to start doing this more, and I'm gonna be dragging Donna into it. I know I'm gonna start doing my TikTok stuff a little bit more and trying to open up. It's about opening up my throat chakra to be
There you
But
able
go.
he,
to.
but he, but he have a TikTok tribe, baby, and they strong over there, honey. I'm like,
Hey,
I'm
look,
brushing the
Donna about
thing.
to cuss out one. Donna about to cuss out one. You know how Donna is. Like, well, first
Yes,
of all, I can God shit. Oh shit.
all day.
But it all ended out perfect. It's just a whole bunch of strong. It's strong us. It's us. We strong. So, but
I
I
could take a
love it.
lot, but she don't take shit.
She'll take
No.
nothing, child. Like, look, with her law and drag her ends. I heard her
I
do it
love you.
tonight.
I love you.
I love it. I love y'all. I love
I
y'all. I
love
really
you
do.
too, Shane.
Yes.
Good
I
hanging
thought.
out with you.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah, I told your mom I was like, make sure I'm at Thanksgiving or Christmas something this year, cause I ain't gonna be with
There
them
you
other.
go.
I ain't gonna be with the Thaxton family. Trust me, okay? So
Aw.
Well,
it's
y'all make sure y'all send me some pictures.
child.
Okay.
Okay, we we'll bring you a plate.
Listen, that's even better. You can take that flight if you want to. I'd be more than happy to have both y'all out here.
Hold on, where are you at?
Didn't know?
Oh, so
Arizona.
you are in Arizona now.
Yeah.
Finally, one of the Austin gonna get the hell out of Georgia. God damn it.
That was coming. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Bitch
We're
told you she
definitely
went to
coming. That's
Arizona.
our first trip. Have you been yet? Okay,
No,
yeah, we
she ain't
coming.
been. I've been trying
I,
to tell her to come out here a long time ago.
I
Hey,
love this for you,
he has
Ashley.
a camper. He has a camper, so he going to take me in the camper, and we
Yeah,
gonna go up there.
yes, we're gonna figure it out. Oh, I love that, Ashley. You've always been a rebel, yo. What's your sign? Are you an air sign?
Cancer.
You're Cancer. You was
Is that
always
there?
breaking. You was always you. I remember that shit. We used to go through trauma because we thought somebody kidnapped your ass. Like we used to like she never comes. Like what's going like that was
Hey,
you. You was a motherfucking problem back in the day and don't even realize it.
I
Cause
didn't.
we felt like you got kidnapped. Okay.
In a lot of sense, you know what? In a lot of ways, I did.
And I understand. We all. It's so funny because when you become older, you're like, oh, like I remember,
Sorry,
like
you more aware.
we literally. It took what? It's taken over 15 years for us to have our time together. Damn, like we
That's
shit. You was supposed to be in the
Right on
backseat of that
time.
BMW with us. Like we supposed to be all squished up so we can go ride and watch the lights and shit. God damn it. But no, I'm just playing. But no, that just shows you how much like we like I. That's what I was telling y'all mom. I was like, I love Donna. Like, I love y'all. Like, it's just life is life, and we all make moves and flow, and we'll get Donna out of East Point one day.
Yeah. Gotta flow like water.
Cute.
I asked
See,
her. I asked her when she come out here and live. She was like, am I gonna be burnt to a crisp? You might.
you might, you might,
First year, you might.
but
But
it's beautiful out there. Well,
it
that's what
is.
I've heard.
It is beautiful. It's hot.
Well, y'all might be neighbors because he wants to go to California, so y'all
I
might be
do.
neighbors.
Okay. Love that. I actually got some friends out in California. I haven't been able to see them yet, but got some
Hey.
friends out there.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see where the wind blow me next.
There you
child.
go. Like Bruce Lee said, flow like water, honey.
Right. That's how we are. We really are like that. So everything is working out for us. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us.
That's it, baby. I love it. I love it. Thank you. I cannot. Let me see. I got a comment.
Who commented?
Oh, my
Oh.
best friend. That's my best friend, Eddie.
Hey, I love it, yo. You really got like people like interacting. I love that.
Yeah, they do.
That's dope.
Oh, my friend Doug. I don't even know if he's still here. He says I want to talk about making spaghetti.
Mhm.
Well, I'll tell you what we can do next time. We can actually have like a food thing where we could talk about it, different things, because we all come from different backgrounds and different experiences. And since I moved out, I had to learn how to cook. I had to learn how to not burn stuff. Dang it! I was just gonna bring this up, and I hope she come back so she can validate this. But when I moved out, my mom said, "You know, your sister burnt water." I said, "Wait a minute. How do you burn water?" She said she left the pot on and all the water evaporated out of the. She was making some ramen noodles. And all the water evaporated out of the pot and she forgot it was on.
Oh my God.
She said she came down the stairs and the whole living room, everything was smoked up. My mama, she don't play about her kitchen. Like I had to watch her do things, but I never really could go in there and help because she was a stickler. Like, hey, I need you to do this, and you're gonna have to do this. I'm like, you know what? Let me just back up, and I'm just gonna let you do it. So, I just realized Donna is a pig. I thought her camera was frozen. She actually was on camera. She was on camera for a minute. But she just left for a second. Hopefully she'll be back to say goodbye though. But
all right, it's something going on with the
but yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Xfinity needs to go. And then she was like, one time she had a microwave incident where she was heating up something from Dairy Queen. She was heating up a cheeseburger. Forgot to take the full wrapper off. Stick that whole bad boy in there. Shit just starts sparking.
Oh yeah.
Get all of them half to death.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious. So I got a few stories. Stories.
So yeah, we gotta do some type of food, something like yeah.
You do know that I cook on my other channel, right?
I didn't know that. You gotta send me all your channels, or she
I'll be
said
happy to.
she said Donna said she loved you, and maybe what did she say, the service? Oh, then she said she loved me too. And maybe the service will be better next time. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe so.
Listen, baby steps. I'm just glad that I got her into the light. You know what I'm saying? She was in witness protection last time, so we good.
That is hilarious, yo. That's good.
But yeah, so it's either going to be next week that I do this or either the week after, but I'd love to have you back on, man.
Yes, I'll come back on. Just let me know when and I'll be there.
All right. And tell my sister to give you my number and you can text me and I'll save your number in my phone.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll get her to do a group text or something and then I'll save your number and
That's perfect.
We'll start our rapport. All right. And I'm gonna get us out to Phoenix. I'm gonna get us out to Phoenix because I haven't been, and I'm gonna drag her somewhere. Her mom was just saying, y'all need to go somewhere. I'm like, okay. So now we got the place.
Now you got the place. And it's 1,500 miles away. So that if that ain't space, I don't know what is.
Okay. Right. Exactly. A layover, a drink, all that shit. Like
all of it.
Right. Okay.
All of it. All right, baby. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
And thank you so much for joining us this evening. I really hope that you enjoyed the conversation. We plan on doing this again sometime, covering various topics. If you do want to be a guest on the show, let me know. I will actually, let me see if I got it up. Dang. So in the description of this video, once it's actually posted, what I will do is I will put the link to my Discord server. So if you would like to join the show, you can actually just DM me. You can let me know through my Discord server. I'll be happy to add you at that point. But I'm a fan of really good conversations. Uh-oh. That was terrible. I know that. Where is she at? I definitely know that because see you on that Comcast / Xfinity. I remember. But I can't talk because mine do the same thing too, honey. So, but again, thank y'all for joining me this evening. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to bringing y'all another podcast sometime in the future. If it's not next week, then it will be the week after. But y'all have a good night. See you.
Yeah, fall back too close. You ain't even on me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. It's me and the old. Spend it like they owe me. Gotta stay select. Don't come around to me. Better come correct. Different lives that we lead. I'm in the Nike check. In a bank, Louis V. Two tone in my bitch, lights that make no sense, fall back for a minute, I swap on my whip, Benzes and BMs, lights that make no sense, fall back too close, you ain't even on me, trust my brothers from way back from the north, it's the and the York, spend it like they owe me. Ain't no time unless it's fees. It's the talk or the show. It's that stress to get at me. And it's closer to the chest when your pocket's too deep. Two tone in my bitch, lights that make no sense, fall back for a minute, I swap on my whip, Benzes and BMs, lights that make no sense,